Hello and welcome. Today we're working in managerial accounting, our full course in managerial accounting. We're working in the relevant costing chapter, and this problem we're working on today is special order. Hey, if you're new, my name is Jeff from Finally Learn. I teach a lot of accounting, so please join us and comment and like the video. We'd love that. So let's get started with this special order. So let's say we have Margot Company has the following production information. They have capacity in units of 10,000 and they're currently producing 8,000. So this problem only works if you have excess capacity. So there needs to be excess capacity for a special order to be accepted. If we're producing 10,000 and our capacity is 10,000, we don't have any extra capacity to produce a special quantity at a special price or whatever. Now our current sales price is $52. And our manufacturing costs are variable, which includes the materials and the labor and the overhead, and that's $24. Now, this is a little bit tricky. Here we say the fixed cost per unit is $30, but that really is the total fixed cost divided by the 8,000. In fact, let's go ahead and remind you here, this is really $30 times 8,000 units. So it is $240,000 is our fixed cost, and remember the total fixed cost doesn't change. See, a problem like this, it tries to set up by the way it frames it, it tries to get you to think the next one's going to cost 24 plus 30, the next one's going to cost $54, and it doesn't. The next one only costs variable costs, and that's the secret to this entire chapter is what's variable, what's fixed, what stays the same. Now, the robe company comes along with a special order and says, we want to buy 1,600. We have capacity for that. We want to buy it $47. So let's just start answering the questions that we have here. So what is our current cost per unit? Well, this is an easy problem. We already have $24 plus the 30. So that's 54. So that's true. The current cost is the total of $54 per unit. The problem is, you think the next one's going to cost 54, and it doesn't. It only costs the variable cost. And let's keep. We'll show you a couple different ways how to do this so you don't make an error. What is the current total profit or loss? Well, we're selling 8,000. We're assuming in a problem like this, everything we produce is we're able to sell, and so we're selling at $52, something that cost us $54, right? So we're losing $2 each times 8,000. So our loss is going to be $16,000. And so sometimes this makes, if you're looking at this problem, it makes students say, wait a minute, we shouldn't do it because we're losing money, and that seems to be different. Well, as long as we're making profit on the special order, then we would accept. If we're losing money on that as well, then we would reject. What is the special order profit or loss? Somebody comes along and says, look, we'd like to buy 1,600 at $47. What is the profit or loss going to be? And a lot of times people will just say, because it's so easy, you say, well, it cost me 54, I'm going to sell it at 47, I'm losing $7 each. But that's not true. What happens is we have 1,600, and we're going to multiply that times our profit per unit. We're going to sell at 47, something that cost us only $24 each. The next one only costs 24, right? And so we're going to make $36,800 as our total profit on this special order. And so therefore our answer is yes, we would accept this special order. We would be glad to sell an extra $1,600 at $47. Now, would we rather sell the $1,600 just as a normal course of our business, sell it at 52? Of course, but we're still willing to sell it anything greater than $24, right? What is our fixed cost? Well, we just calculated that just a minute ago. We said it is $30 times the 8,000 units. So it is $240 is our total fixed cost, okay? Now, this is one way to think about it. Is you really want to look at it and say, what's fixed, what's variable, what changes, what doesn't change. Well, let's do our cost formula. Our cost formula is Y is our total cost, A is our fixed cost, total fixed cost. B is our variable cost per unit, and X is the number of units. So our cost formula is going to be Y is equal to 240,000 plus, and how much is each? What's our variable cost? 24X. So for every 1 unit we produce, it's going to be 24 times X plus the 240,000. If we produce 0, what's our total cost? Well, 240,000. If we produce 1 unit, it's going to be 1 times 24 plus the 240,000. So what happens is we always have that 240,000. We divide it by more and more units. The cost per unit goes down. That's economies of scale. Now, here's the other way to think about it. Let's show the income statement for the 8,000. So let's start with the 8,000, and then we'll show it for the 1,600. So what if we produce 8,000? What's our profit? What if we produce 1,600? What's our profit? And then we can look at our total. But this will help you understand how the math works, because sometimes if you just use a quick formula, you might make a decision error. So 8,000 units times what is our sales price? At that level, it's $52. So our sales are $416,000. Our variable costs are going to be $8 times, well, the $24 per unit. And our contribution margin then is going to be 416 minus 192 is 224. Our fixed cost we know is 240. Our profit is going to be 224 minus the 240, and it's a $16,000 loss. Okay, negative profit is a loss. So we see that we did it quickly, but we can easily do this in total dollars. Sometimes you're less likely to make a mistake if you do the total dollars rather than doing the per unit. Now, here's where people kind of mess up. They think, well, the next one, because the first 8,000 cost $54 per unit, the next one costs 54. It doesn't. All right, so let's calculate the 1,600 times the new price of 47, the special price of 47. So we're making $75,000 in revenue. Our variable cost is going to be 1,600 times, and it's only going to be the 24 for variable cost. What we have is take 75 minus the 38, and we get 36,800. Now, here's where you're likely to get it right, because you can't say, hey, our fixed cost goes up by some amount, right? You know your fixed cost is the same whether you produce 1,000 or 2,000 or 10,000. Your fixed cost stays the same. So therefore, what we have is 36,800 minus 0 is 36,800. So yes, we would accept the special order. So here's what happens with our special order. We have 8,000 plus the 1,600, that's 9,600. And we're going to copy that all the way down. And I'm going to fill without formatting, so I keep my format here. And what happens is we're turning a $16,000 loss into a $20,800 profit. So everybody's happy at your work when you accept this order, because you're making a profit, and you went from a total loss to a total profit by just selling 1,600 more at way above the variable cost. So a problem like this, special order, you have to know what your total fixed costs are, and you have to be confident that that does not change. Unless we're told otherwise, we assume that fixed cost does not change, and our variable cost is always the cost of the next item. Hey, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.